Shedeur Sanders gets bad news with Browns. They are intrigued with Dillon Gabriel. Cleveland Browns still haven't decided who will be QB1, but this prediction doesn't help Sanders. On July 18th, rookies Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders reported to Cleveland Browns training camp ahead of the upcoming season. While Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett are expected to report on Tuesday, July 22nd, the team has yet to reveal who will be QB1, and the battle for the job is more heated than ever. Sanders gets bad news. At this point, and with uncertainty over who will ultimately be the team's starting quarterback in Week 1, it seems everyone has mentioned their thoughts on this controversy. And who did not hold back his opinion was an analyst who shattered the hopes of the former Colorado Buffaloes. Tony Grossi did not hesitate to share his opinion after being asked on ESPN Cleveland about how the team prioritizes Dillon over Shedeur, and if he could finally be the Browns' QB1. "No, I think that's stretching it," he said. "I think if you look at our quarterback tracker, he had more pass attempts than anybody. By about 20, Gabriel did. They exposed him to the number 1 defense. They gave him things." Tony also stated that statistically, Gabriel's numbers weren't great like Sanders, because they were giving him more complicated stuff. However, that's exactly what sets Dillon above Shedeur. All of that attests to the point that they are intrigued by Dillon Gabriel. They think from the neck up he is a number 1 pick, from the neck up. On the other hand, Grossi not only doesn't think Deion Sanders' son will make QB1, but that he'll take the last spot on the list. According to his prediction, it will be Flacco who will occupy this spot, followed by Pickett. Meanwhile, Gabriel will be the 3rd quarterback of the team. However, only time will tell who will fill the QB1 spot in Week 1 and for the rest of the season. The summer sun was setting over Berea, painting the practice fields in streaks of orange and pink, when Shedeur Sanders walked off the field with his helmet dangling from one hand. Sweat streaked down his brow, but the ache in his chest wasn't from sprints or drills. It was from the words that had started to echo around the facility, a whisper growing louder with every passing day. They are intrigued with Dillon Gabriel. He'd heard it first from a passing conversation near the weight room, then from a reporter's not-so-innocent question after practice. Now it seemed to hang in the air like humidity, unavoidable, pressing, suffocating. A rising rival. Dillon Gabriel had arrived quietly, a trade pickup and a name most fans recognized only vaguely from late-night college highlights. He didn't have Sanders' pedigree or his headlines, but he had something else, an unshakable confidence and a knack for making every throw look effortless. The Browns' coaches noticed. Scouts noticed. And as Shedeur jogged through his final drills that day, even he noticed. Gabriel's passes cut through the air like guided missiles, landing in receivers' hands with a satisfying snap. He ran the offense with tempo, his cadence sharp, his reads quick. The whispers turned into quiet conversations behind closed doors. Dillon's grasping the playbook faster than expected. He's got that veteran presence, doesn't he? We might need to see what he can do in real action. The meeting that shook him. Later that week, in a small office off the main hallway, Shedeur sat across from head coach Kevin Stefanski. The blinds were drawn, and the hum of an air conditioner filled the silence. "Look, Shedeur," Stefanski began, folding his hands. "You've done a lot of good things this camp. But you need to know, we're giving Dillon more reps with the ones next week." Shedeur froze, a flash of disbelief crossing his face. Because he's earned a look," Stefanski said evenly. "The staff's intrigued. We want to see how he handles it." Those words, intrigued with Dillon Gabriel, landed heavier than any linebacker's hit. The locker room buzz. Word spread faster than a broken coverage. Teammates offered quiet pats on the shoulder. Nick Chubb gave him a look that said keep grinding. Myles Garrett, ever blunt, muttered, "Competition's part of the game, young blood." Still, Shedeur could feel the shift. Reporters swarmed Gabriel after practice, microphones buzzing like bees. "What's it like running with the first team? Do you think you can win the starting job?" Gabriel, calm and charismatic, smiled. "I'm just here to compete. Let the coaches decide." Memories of why he belongs. That night, alone in his apartment, Shedeur scrolled through old clips on his tablet. Touchdowns at Colorado, improbable comebacks, moments when the crowd roared and the game slowed down to nothing but instinct. He remembered the conversations with his father. "Pressure ain't nothing but opportunity wearing a disguise," Deion Sanders used to tell him. "When they doubt you, you show them why they shouldn't." Shedeur set the tablet down and stared out at the Cleveland skyline, the city lights flickering like distant stars. "I've been here before," he thought. "And I didn't come this far to fold now." The practice that followed. The next morning, Shedeur showed up early, first on the field, last to leave. He took extra reps with second-team receivers, working on timing, throwing until his arm throbbed. Coaches walked by, nodding, impressed by his determination. Still, the script had changed. Reporters tweeted every crisp throw Gabriel made with the first team. Analysts on national shows started debating. Is Dillon Gabriel the future in Cleveland? What does this mean for Shedeur Sanders? Facing the media. After practice, Shedeur faced the cameras. His jaw was tight, but his voice steady. Competition makes you better, he said. I hear what's being said. I know they're looking at Dillon. That's fine. I can't control that. I can only control how I work, how I play, and how I respond. And I'm going to respond. The clip went viral within hours. Fans rallied to his side on social media. #StayStrongShedeur. #ProveThemWrong.